In your study guide, I missed this importance of research. It is something on defense. A lot of nations are working hard to upgrade their defenses or weaponry. Lots of powerful nations and rich nations are working hard for the advancement of their weaponry to defend their nations or their national identity and to protect their rights over their patrimonies. Yung patrimonies are the things that we inherit since time immemorial from our ancestors. So in the Philippines, our patrimony would include the 7,100 islands and the seas and resources found therein. Now, since time immemorial, this has been the preoccupation of people. When you read through history, the West is very, very much engaged in defense and also warfare because it is through this that they expand their territories. And it is through warfare that they are able to defend their nations. When I say nations, these are people composing the area, a given area. When you lose during the war, you lose your rights as people. So women become slaves, including their children. Men became slaves also and were forced to fight to add the forces of the nation that has conquered them. So, in a way, the technology for advancement of a given nation would include this technology meant to protect them and their nations. Those who cannot afford to buy and to upgrade their weaponry are subjects to being bullied by those who are stronger and have the capability of vanquishing other nations. Now look at Israel. Israel is a very small country. In fact, smaller than the Philippines. But it has strengthened its armaments, and in fact, its intelligence, the Mossad, is considered one among the best in the world. So even if it is a small country, they cannot be vanquished by those who intend to capture them. They, their, their people, their nation are for the defense of their country. So even women are engaged in warfare. There was one time when Miss Israel, who won the Miss Universe crown, was an army lieutenant. So this army lieutenant has been crowned Miss Universe. They're trained to fight and they are putting also a lot of budget for their defense. The United States of America are working hard for the upgrading of their armaments. So when you take a look at science, a discovery science on weaponry, you see a lot of upgraded weapons that can defend them. So if we do not take care of upgrading our own weaponry for defense, there is that great possibility to be bullied by those abusive nations, abusive countries with strong enough, well built weaponry. So I do not promote fight, war, but then it's always good to take care of whatever it is that could defend us in case of invasion, in case of being bullied. So, nations had been prepared on this, are enjoying more advantage compared to those who are against protection of rights, protection of nations, and protection of patrimonies. Yung patrimony, yun ang na-inherit natin, no? Sa mga ninuno natin noon-noon pa. Pero kahit saan, meron talagang fight or struggle to conquer others. Hindi lang sa West. Noon sa West, sa western part, if you are not prepared, you become a slave to the conqueror. So if you are a slave to the conqueror, they can do whatever they want of you. You are considered not humans with rights and privileges, but you are considered as slaves. You are treated like animals. So whatever they wish of you, you have to subject yourselves into it. So, as I said, men are forced into labor or into the battlefield. Women are slaves. They work without pay to the victor. Now, this weaponry is, as I said, for defense. However, it is advantageous in the sense that we preserve our identity as a nation and we can protect our patrimony. But then, the bad side of this is the tendency for the stronger to bully the weaker. So, it is good to prepare ourselves on this aspect, not with the intent really to fight, but for defense of whatever we have for the future of the later generations.